Faith Watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Y'all, this is just a random video, random video, okay, that I just want to jump on here. So it's official, but not official. Random chat. That's why I ain't really no thumbnail, so I really don't expect many of you to click on it, because y'all know how people is with pictures. Pictures gotta worth 1,000 words, all that kind of stuff. So, but it's just something I want to jump on here because, like, I've decided kind of, you know, sometimes you just want to talk about something, but it ain't already laid out yet, but you still want to talk about it. This is one of them kind of videos because, like, I had just finished doing my review. You should already have that by now. The blessing bracelet. Then there's another one that's coming out tomorrow for Mother's Day, and I want to say that officially on this video. Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all out there who are moms, who are expecting moms, who are guardians, who are special angels and blessings and people's lives. All of y'all, happy Mother's Day out there, okay? But yeah. Oh, happy Mother's Day weekend. Okay, I hope every day is like Mother's Day to y'all. That you're not just getting gifts on Mother's Day and getting special blessings on certain days, but every day is just a blessing to you. That's what I hope for all y'all. But anyways, yes. So my in-between watches, I just call them these random videos. I am watching right now When Hope Calls, because I know there's a season 2 that just recently premiered, and I didn't really want to watch that. I know I couldn't really get into it unless I know what happened before then. I gotta have the backstory. I gotta already be attached and know these characters. So I decided to go back and watch season 1 because I never seen it before, right? And I have to say, I am loving it. I am on season 1, episode 2, like literally in the middle of episode 2, probably about almost the end of episode 2. And I didn't really want to make, like, because it just seemed like too much work. To be honest with y'all, it just seemed like too much work when you already working on, like, I'm already doing Chesapeake Shores. And yeah, that's a whole season that I'm still working on, still bringing to y'all. So keep that in mind for those of you out there who are still waiting on that. So I'm still working on that, and then still watching that, and I'm watching all these other little movies and stuff in between there. So I'm like, I don't really have the time, but I still want to take y'all on that journey with me. So I was like, the best thing that I could do and just hop on here like randomly and just talk about it, like talk about where I'm at and all of that, because many of you probably already seen this, and if you haven't, you're just like me, then welcome. Okay, we in this together. But anyways, yes, I'm watching When Hope Calls, and as you know, it's set back in the day. I love the wardrobe here. I love the way that the women are dressed. So cute, with all the fluffy dresses and the top parts all fitting and stuff. It's just really, I don't know, it's pretty. I like it. But anyways, here we meet sisters Lillian and Grace, right? And y'all forgive me because I don't have nothing in front of me like I usually do. I'm just talking off the top of my head, which I literally do talk off the top of my head with other stuff. But I'm saying, I don't really have like the episode and nothing pulled up before me. That's what I want to say. Okay, I'm just saying, all right? But anyways, so yeah, we got sisters Lillian and Grace, and apparently they grew up in foster. Forgive me, y'all. Well, that probably was better not having all that light on here for the computer screen. But anyways, yeah, so they grew up in foster care. They were separated somehow. I don't really know at this point. I don't really know how that happened, or like what happened to their parents at this point, why they grew up the way that they did. But right now we're meeting them as adult women. And apparently I'm assuming that Lillian went and found Grace, and somehow, yeah, they're together now as sisters, right? And this is like brand new to them because they are really being with each other for the first time after many years of not being together. And so Lillian grew up and like brought her back to the house that she grew up in, and so it's all kind of memories around there for Lillian, right? Because she grew up in this home that she have made into a orphanage for children, which works out good for the girls, the sisters, because they were orphans when they grew up. So here they are opening up their own orphanage and have all these wonderful children there, and are caretakers over all of them. And they have a cook in the home and all of that kind of stuff. And so it's like really, really sweet. Such a charming town. I think they're in Brookfield or something like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'll come back and correct it if I am. Or y'all can drop it in the comments and all that if you're already watching the stuff. But anyways, yeah, so they there, and like, so we're getting introduced in the season, in the very first episode, to pretty much every character. Like, you can tell, like, the foundational characters, the one that we're going to continue to see throughout the season. We're introduced to them here, and we're introduced to Gabriel, which I like him. Like, he is like part of law enforcement there in this town, the council, whatever you want to call them. And then you got Taz, who seems almost like the villain. You always got to have that in every kind of show. You got to have someone that's not really likable, but at the same time, I see that Taz is not really likable. She's a woman. You can tell she's a very, very strong woman, holding it down for her family, the matriarch of her family. Has a few, well, I know she has some sons, and she used to be married. Apparently her husband passed away, and apparently she blames Lillian family for the passing of her husband. I don't really know what happened, what took place at that point, why she feels the way that she feels, but it's like there's bad blood between Lillian and Taz's family for whatever reason, and that's very unfortunate for Lillian's sister Grace, because Grace has come in contact with one of the Taz's son, who is very, very appealing, very yes, very appealing, and you can tell there's a connection there between him and Grace. Although Grace, you can tell the difference between Grace and her sister Lillian is Grace seems more like gutsy. She's more like, she doesn't take no stuff from people. She's more assertive. She's more that way, like, as opposed to Lillian. Lillian seems more, a little bit more softer as far as what I'm seeing now. I don't know if that would change, or she just kind of gave that right now in this first episode, but she does seem a little bit more softer, a little bit more nurturing, because she is the bigger sister. She has been over these children at her orphanage, so she has that about her, a little bit a quieter, gentle spirit, right? As opposed to Grace, who has that as well. She's very, you can tell she's sweet and she's kind, especially when it comes to kids, and she comes to her sister Lillian and people in general. But when it does call for it, you can tell Grace can really get into it. She can step into that role pretty well. She can do her thing. She can hold it down. And that is something that was like really, really nice to see, especially in this time, because they are back in those days. I mean, right now that seems like nothing. You see people on both ends, male and female, just rising up, acting any kind of way or whatever. But back in those days, to see someone be able to step into such a strong role, but with grace and with gentleness and with kind words, and very assertive in the way that she stands, it's like that. And it's wonderful. So I'm really, really feeling Grace's character here. I'm loving Lillian as well. They got that perfect balance, and I'm loving the children thus far, who all seem to very much take to Lillian. And even though these kids are orphans, they seem very, very in a peaceful place, very happy for the most part. And that is beautiful to behold, to see, especially in the times that we're in, to see that these children who have lost so much and have so, like, their backstories are all different, but you know that there is a backstory, but to see that they still are being children, like that is not, their childhood is not being robbed from them, even though they've all had some pretty rough, they come from some pretty rough spots. They had to deal with some very mature things, and that was very unfortunate for these children, because it's like, what child do you want to have to go through certain things that you're not even mature enough to handle? Even adults are like, we get thrown off if we have to deal with certain things, right? And so these kids are ready to be in the situation that they're in, to have to be at an orphanage. You know that it had to be pretty rough. and to see that they're still enjoying being children, still enjoying certain things like wanting candy and the play and smile and laughter, that is all beautiful to behold. And I love the parenting style between the difference between the sisters Lillian and Grace, with Grace being a younger sister. She is a little bit more prone to like, okay, the children need sweets sometimes. They need chocolates. They need to have a little sweetness in their life, as opposed to Lillian, who's more focused on giving them the things that she know that they need, like those veggies, the broccolis, the soups and carrots and all of those different things that she knows that are going to make them grow stronger and healthier, that they need. You can see that the two different, the parenting styles, and to see them kind of blended together to give the kids that balance is so beautiful to watch. Because as of right now, and like I said, I'm only in the first season, right now, episode 1, and then 2 kind of like episode 2, halfway through that. And yeah, like I said, I'm loving the different parenting styles and how they are balancing all of that for the children and different things like that. So that is wonderful. And I'm just like, overall, I'm just enjoying the show. It's just nice, y'all, to watch a show that is family oriented, that it also paints women in a very special, delicate, beautiful, godly way, where it's not, you know, like all of the stuff that we see nowadays and most things that are kind of promoted more. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go into details about it because that's not our genre. That's not what we explore, but we do know certain things exist with having just being in this world, right? And so I do love that we have quality entertainment out here, and that's what this channel focuses on, bringing that to the forefront, because these type of things do get lost in all the mush out there, and that is so unfortunate. And that's why I'm like, I have to, with y'all's help, of course, and with the Lord's help, really kind of push more content and push this out a little bit more so it circulates more, and so people do know that you do have good choices out there. You have better choices out there, man. That's really the word. Better choices, better options out there that would more cater to your spiritual needs, your spiritual growth, right? Like I just said, between Lillian and Grace, with their different parenting styles here. One may focus on, may be more prone to, yeah, let's give them that fun, the sweets and stuff. And Lillian, who's more, no, we need to give you what you need. And just, we know everything in moderation, right? We don't want to be too much on this side, too much on that side, right? When it comes to different types of foods and stuff. But yeah, a lot of, like with us, y'all know what I mean, okay? Like really focusing on that spiritual needs and our growth and not being spiritually malnourished, right? And so I feel like this show caters to that, because you feel like so full when you watch it. And it's weird because it's not even much going on, like this major like action or all of these different things that are just kind of thrown at you left and right, where you can just kind of get lost in all the effects and all of these type of things and don't even know what you really watch. But no, this show is so plot and character driven, where you feel like you ate a full course meal. Y'all know, when you have your veggies, you have good mashed potatoes, you got your protein or whatever, all of that kind of stuff, that you walk away, you just feel like so full, like, wow, I just ate something that I feel like I can just go off for days. And this is how this series is for me, and I'm loving it. I can only imagine what season 2 is like, that is out right now, but I'm like taking my time. And you know, when you have something good, you just want to take your time and enjoy it and all of that. And so that's where I'm at with When Hope Calls. And I know it's almost like connected, almost, because I can tell, yeah, I already met one of the characters from When Calls the Heart, on Rosemary, and I loved her character. And she was one of those people, her character really had to grow on me, y'all, because she was just so in your face and almost seemed selfish and seemed so like, just like she just didn't care, like that kind of thing. But she over time grew on us, you know, Rosemary. And to see her here with her husband, made an appearance here in this town, with being close to Grace and all of that, that was like so cool. And I was like, when I looked at her when she popped up on the scene, I was like, wow, you still the same Rosemary. And I love that about her. She is consistently the way that she is, and her character just beautifully created, does give us that humor, does give us that almost that like and don't like at the same time, but overall at the end of the day you like, I love Rosemary, right? And she did make an appearance thus far in what I'm watching now. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out to let y'all know that I'm really enjoying this series right now. Is so beautiful. When Hope calls, I'm just like, wow, I'm having a good time. So I just want to let y'all know where I'm at, where I'm at in my watch walk or whatever. But yes, that's all I have for y'all for this video. I want to thank y'all so much for just sitting here letting me, well, talking with me, right? Because sometimes you just want to do that. Like I said, it ain't nothing like, oh, with the lights, camera, action kind of thing with other reviews, but something I just want to jump on here. And I'm like, if you're talking with a friend, tell them, girl, I'm just watching this thing and let me tell you what's going on right now and all of that. So that's what these little chats here are about. Y'all may hear about me talking about this some more tomorrow because I'm gonna watch some more later. So y'all can expect probably I'm gonna be on here tomorrow telling y'all something about something, right, with the show. But yes, that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.